When I was in high school, every day felt like walking into a storm. I remember sitting in the cafeteria, hearing the laughter, but realizing it was at me. I remember walking down hallways with my shoulders tense, bracing for the next sarcastic jab. I didn't know what to do. I kept it all inside, and that silence turned into loneliness, into pain. Back then, I thought it would never end, but it did. I graduated, went to college, found new circles, built a career, and slowly realized those years didn't break me. They gave me tools I didn't know I was building. Today, as someone who's found success and confidence, I want to talk directly to anyone who feels stuck in that same storm, because I've been there, and I know how heavy it feels. Here's what I've learned. Being bullied or isolated never defines your worth. It feels permanent in the moment, but it isn't. The real shift comes from how you respond, how you protect your sense of self, and how you build resilience. Skills that science shows can shape the rest of your life. Stress. Response awareness. When you're bullied, your body reacts as if you're facing real physical danger. Your brain floods with cortisol, your heart races, and your muscles tense. Classic fight or flight. This doesn't mean you're weak. It means your body is wired for survival. Knowing this is powerful. It separates what's happening inside you from what's happening to you. For me, realizing my shaky hands weren't cowardice, but just adrenaline was a huge shift. Next time you feel your pulse spike, try grounding. Press your feet firmly on the floor, breathe slowly, and remind yourself, this is my body reacting, not my identity. Reframing through perspective. Psychologists call this cognitive reappraisal. It means taking the same situation but rewriting the meaning. Back in high school, if someone called me weird, I thought, they're right, I don't fit anywhere. But reappraisal could have turned it into, weird means different, and different means unique. This doesn't erase the sting, but it changes the weight of the words. Research shows this technique lowers stress and helps people bounce back faster. It's like swapping the soundtrack in your head, from horror music to a motivational playlist. Power of micro-alliances. One person's support can act like a shield. Even subtle gestures matter. A classmate rolling their eyes at the bully's joke. A friend making space at their lunch table. A teacher saying, "Ignore that. Let's get back to work." These tiny signals tell your brain, you're not fighting this battle alone. I'll never forget one girl in biology who always saved me a lab seat. She never made a big show of it. But in those 45 minutes, I wasn't invisible. Studies confirm that peer support reduces the long-term effects of bullying, even when it's just one ally. Identity diversification. Imagine your self-worth as a portfolio. If 100% of it is invested in being accepted by this one group, rejection is devastating. But if you've invested in multiple identities, maybe you're a runner, an artist, a gamer, a cousin, then one hit doesn't wipe you out. In high school, I put too much stock in one social circle, and when they pushed me out, I felt worthless. In college, I joined a debate team, and suddenly I had a new identity, the one who could command a room with words. Science shows people with broader self-concepts feel less crushed by setbacks, because no single role defines them entirely. Resilience training. Think of resilience like lifting weights at the gym. Each time you endure a tough moment, reflect, and keep moving, you add strength. At first, Even small weights feel impossible. But over time, you grow stronger. I didn't realize it in high school, but every insult I survived, every lonely lunch I pushed through, was a rep. Research indicates that facing challenges, when balanced with recovery, builds long-term grit and emotional endurance. Today, that old pain became the training ground for the resilience I use in my career and relationships. The counterintuitive twist. Back then, I thought two options existed: fight back harder or fade into invisibility. Both drained me. The truth? Neither is the answer. The most powerful move is to stand steady, not aggressive, not invisible, just grounded. Staying present signals, I belong here, and you don't get to write my story. Playbook for practice. Name your feelings. Whisper to yourself, this is stress, not truth. That pause loosens the grip of fear. Keep phrases short. Say, not funny, or moving on. Calm words deflate attention-seeking jokes. Locate your anchor. Find one friend, teacher, or even sibling you can message after a rough day. Grow your worlds. Join clubs, sports, or online spaces where you shine beyond school hallways. Turn pain into notes. Journal your hard days and small wins. You'll notice progress over time. Micro scenarios. Locker row. You're shoving books into your locker when someone mutters, "Loser." Your chest tightens. Instead of snapping, you pause, breathe deeply, and keep walking. Later, you text your anchor, "Rough morning." They reply, "Want to hang after school?" That one response reminds you you're not alone. Cafeteria sting. You sit down and a classmate mocks your outfit. A few people chuckle. Instead of slinking away, you look up, say calmly, "That's your opinion," and begin eating. A friend across the table jumps in. "So, who saw the game last night?" The conversation shifts, and the spotlight fades. You just showed strength without drama. After school bus. You slide into a seat alone. The whispers behind you sting. Instead of staring at the floor, you pull out your sketchbook. Over time, you keep drawing, quietly, consistently. 2 weeks later, someone notices your art and asks, "Did you make that?" Suddenly, your talent speaks louder than their mockery. You've created a pocket of pride in a hostile space. Looking back, I see my younger self sitting in pain, thinking it was forever. If I could speak to that version of me, I'd say, "This doesn't last, and you're stronger than you feel." To anyone listening now, you are not alone, and this hard season will not define your life. Comment below. What's one strategy or moment that helped you, or someone you know, face bullying and come out stronger?